ScrewAttack announced that they are going to be rolled up into the Rooster Teeth website and shutting down in the new year. It's not shocking to me, just because Rooster Teeth is owned by Fullscreen, and Fullscreen bought ScrewAttack already like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It was before SGC of last year, I remember. So we're talking like, I think it was like May of 2014. So it ended an era of a once-time very influential site that had, it was like your one-stop entertainment hub, which are disappearing slowly but surely because now everyone just goes to YouTube. But at one point you had, it was a site to go to watch AVGN videos, to watch Brental Floss would be on there. You had Keith Apicary when he was doing those, when Nathan was doing those videos. I had some videos posted. I was like a semi-feature for a while on ScrewAttack. I helped beta test one of the website versions back in like 2010 whenever we launched. So we're talking about a website that's been around since like 2006. Craig started it with Tom. They had their public split. That was not pretty, but ScrewAttack still persisted. Since then, it's been around. They do SGC, with ScrewAttack Gaming Convention. So the fact of the matter, though, is that ScrewAttack will still exist on YouTube. They don't do their hard news show anymore that Destin pioneered way back. Wow, already like 6-7 years ago. Destin was the guy that basically founded the idea of doing a daily news video game show. Mm-hmm. He was the guy first doing that, and now everyone's doing that. Usually with a cute, pretty girl on GameSpot or IGN or any other ones, where they run down the news in a few minutes, almost like a quick sort of, hey, here's the news of the day. So they stopped doing it, though. They stopped doing that hard news. I think they stopped doing it like early this year or last year. They stopped doing that. I don't think they do the not sure they do the podcast anymore. They used to do a weekly podcast forever. But now their big thing with ScrewAttack is that they do Death Battle, which are animated what-ifs between people fighting each other. Usually it's like, what if Harry Potter fought Luke Skywalker? They would analyze it with a couple of jokey characters going over the strengths and weaknesses. Then you see like a 5-minute or a few-minute battle at the end, which are usually well done. And that's what they get their, a lot of their hits on. They get millions and millions of views, like Goku versus Superman. Huge, epic battle. Some are done like in 3D animation, looking really cool. And so ScrewAttack's going to live on via those shows, but unfortunately, having that website, I guess the full screen doesn't make sense anymore. It's sort of redundant, so
right.
They're rolling it up with Rooster Teeth. They're both also ScrewAttack and Rooster Teeth are both headquartered in Texas, so they're not too far from each other. So maybe that's why too. But yeah, it's just a sort of the end of an era. Not good, or whether you think of ScrewAttack is good or bad, whether you go to more, it's one of those websites that's been around it's been around for like 9 years. So I think that the switchover is going to happen to the 10th anniversary, which is early next year. Anything to add to that?
No, I don't think I've ever been to the website once. I just know it had a really, really active message board community.
Oh, the G1s. It's most famous for the G1 community.
Yeah, that's what I know it for.
Which is what helped float the SGC convention, ScrewAttack Gaming Convention. So Death Battle is still ongoing. Hard News I don't think is not around anymore. Is Side Scrollers the podcast? Is that still around? They stopped it and brought it back. That's what they did with Side Scrollers. So that's still around, but Hard News is no longer around. I don't think it made sense for them to produce a daily show anymore at that point because everyone else is doing it. It's like,
sure. As
these bigger sites grow, ScrewAttack was more of the medium-sized website, not huge. Then you just lose market share. Basically, is what happens when that happens. So farewell, ScrewAttack. I was involved with you a little bit, so it kind of, the ScrewAttack Gaming Convention is still supposedly going to be around. I'll just say. Full Screen, though, is pretty much running the show. With that, it's pretty clear just because there were people conspicuous in their absence from the last SGC. I'm not going to get into more details than that, but people were not asked there. Full Screen's running that